welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the original Rebels Racing League Truck Series Sunday night finale here at Michigan International, up there in Brooklyn, Michigan. This race and the entire season brought to you by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. We are going to crown a champion this evening, and it will be a great race as always. Have a look at the point standings quickly. Elliott Carlson is going to be your champion based on the number of cars showing up here tonight. He is a 20-odd point lead over Corey Bigley. He would have needed at least that many cars to show up and him to finish last for Bigley to have a shot. Obviously, Elliott Carlson is going to be your champion this evening, but have no fears. It'll be a great race nonetheless. We're still racing for wins out here, Original Rebels Racing League, and I expect the racing to be fierce here at Michigan tonight. Look at the schedule as well. Obviously, last week of the season, 80 laps tonight at Michigan. Having a look back at everything we've done so far this year, with about a minute and a half left before we go racing. Let's have a quick look at Michigan International. 2 miles even, 4 corners, wide sweeping corners, very fast racetrack. You can run about 5-6 wide here. It is really one of the more unique racetracks on the circuit. With the new updates that iRacing has brought to us recently, it's not quite as wide open and easy as it used to be. With the new aero changes, a lot faster these trucks are, a lot more twitchy these trucks are, and it will be quite interesting to see how it handles across the across this race here tonight. About 20 seconds left until we fire them up. Let's have a look at your pole winner, presented by Kinder Farm and Ranch. That driver is going to be Jacob Bain in the 18. There's a pole award, Kinder Farm and Ranch. Pole award winner, Jacob Bain in the 18. Congratulations to him, as he will roll off in first this evening. We're going to get down trackside to do your grid. Let's get after it. If I hit the right button, that would help. There we go. Jacob Bain going to start on the pole. Eric Tracy alongside him in the second spot. Third will be Brett Bieber in the 808. Corey Bigley will be fourth in the 128. Fifth spot, Cody Bain in the 78. Dylan Bates will start in 6th. 7th, Justin Ritchie in the 55. Dakota Floyd alongside him. He will start 8th. That's row 4. 9th place, champion Elliott Carlson. Can't take that away from him. 10th, Josh Oswald in the 17. 11th will be Jonathan Cofield in the 58. Kieran Church alongside him in 12th. Starting 13th, A.J. Rogers in the 19. Stephen Davis rounds out row 7. Brandon Wallace in the 99 will start 15th. Garrett Kinder will start in 16th. 17th, rounding out your field, Mike Veith in the number 9. That is a look at your grid. We're going to get down trackside. But first, a look high above this racetrack, and there are all the trucks on pit road. There is your 19-car field. I forgot to mention at the top of the show, but I am, of course, Morgan Cook, broadcaster and producer, your host for this evening, and we are live on V-Speed. I realize all of you watching this, probably after, that this is not a live streamed event. Apologies for that, technical issues. We are making do with what we have at this moment. This is a recording of their season finale here, Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Let's get into a quick race analysis while we're watching the cars roll off the grid. You're going to notice the 18 rolling off right here. That's good stuff. 80 laps our race is tonight. 160 miles, 20-ish laps on fuel. It's gonna be really tight making it on 3 stops. You're gonna have to really work that pedal. to save enough fuel. 4 sets of tires, 1 bolted to the truck, and 3 laying on pit road. Also going to make it interesting because you don't have any extra sets here tonight. Trucks rolling right now. Pace lights out on that pace truck, meaning we should be going green when they get back to the start-finish line. These races are always enjoyable here at Michigan. You see a lot of good action. It's almost like a super speedway, the way the pack racing works. You kind of, the draft keeps all these trucks together until such a point when tires start to become more important, and then they kind of spread apart. Then after the pit stop, they all bunch back together. It's quite a interesting sort of style of racing. Pace truck, I believe, going to make that left-hand turn down to pit road. Coming off of turn 4 here. There it is. Green flag in the flagman's hand. And on green, Jacob Boehm is going to start off this race. And the last race of the season is underway. Original Rebels Racing League at Michigan. Leading lap 1, it's going to be a drag race to the line. It's like Cody Boehm going to take the lead from Jacob. Down in the turn 1, they're still side by side. 78 on the top, 18 on the bottom. Little contact potentially in the center of the corner. The bottom here at Michigan in turn 1 is not the place to be. Not a lot of banking down there, not a lot of grip down there. Very easy to slide those tires around and potentially slide up into another driver, as we just about saw there. But 3 and 4, you can go wherever you want to go. Just about went 3 wide there. Big push on the bottom. They're blocking already. Up the racetrack, down the racetrack, snaking back and forth. Cody Boehm is going to lead lap number 2. Really great battle for the lead right here. A little further back in the field. Saw a couple drivers side by side. Bieber and Carlson going at it. This for the 5th position. Further behind them, I see Justin Ritchie back here for the 9th spot, working on Dakota Floyd, his Orange Speed teammate. Try and get that run off the top side. Not quite going to have it. Maybe he will. Hard to say. Cofield and Kinder, door to door for the 10th spot. And some trucks just trying to run this thing out. Kieran Church, Brandon Wallace, AJ Rogers, Mike Veith are your final 4 in this race. They're all just hanging out. I saw Dylan Bates go all the way to the bottom, trying to make a pass for the 2nd position. Here goes Bates to the bottom. Big run down there. See if he's going to get the spot. Looks like he will at the start-finish line. Big slide up in front. Self-clear for Dylan Bates, who's led him a ton of laps since he's joined this league midway through the season. I think he's led the most laps since that point. Does not have a ton of wins to his credit, however. Always seems to find himself on the wrong side of the strategy, does this 91. Dylan Bates, there he is right there. Ritchie's found something. He was 9th when we looked at him last. He's up to 6th. Trying to make a pass on champion Elliot Carlson, who we will talk to after the race. Something a little different. We're going to have 5 interviews tonight. Top 3 champion and league admin. Set up for next season. Crossover for the lead. Eric Tracy goes to the bottom and takes the spot from Dylan Bates. Now it goes down into turn number 3. Door to door still. It's not quite settled. Blimp Cam's going to have it for us. Momentum on the top side. Drag race. Dylan Bates is going to lead that lap. Elliot Carlson's found his way up to the front. 3 wide. Almost 4 wide as Eric Tracy's fallen back a little bit. Does not have that momentum. Just see, this is going to be a dogfight all night. So we're 7 laps in and the racing has not subsided. Oh, big slide for the 18, right up in front of the 91. Oh, I think 91 got him in the rear bumper. Richie wants the lead. He's going to try and make a move here, top to bottom. Tried to fake out the 18, didn't quite work. See what they do down here in turn number 1. 18's loose. You can see the back end of that truck step out a little bit as he goes all the way to the bottom. The fuel run's only about 20 laps here, meaning we're almost halfway through it. And I gotta wonder if drivers like Brandon Wallace, who's currently running back in the 15th spot, the only driver not in, or the first driver not in this pack. You can see that red car a little farther back there, is just saving his stuff, maybe trying to get that extra lap of fuel he needs. We're going to find out what the plan is for all of these drivers. As they're side by side for the lead, now it's single filed out. Scratch that, second place. 18 sliding that truck around. Oh, big wall contact. That's Stephen Davis. Kinder's around. 13, just huge wall contact. That truck is destroyed. Caution is out. First time this evening. Good thing we have fast repairs. That 13 is going to need it. Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind coming right at you. See right there, 13 and 60 got into each other. Kinder got a little bit of help. Oh, he just about had it saved. Just that wall came at the wrong spot. Go back and watch it one more time here. Here we are into turn 1. They're side by side. This is just a case of 2 trucks going for the same spot. Can't pin the blame on anyone. Into the corner. 13 slid up a little bit maybe. 60 goes down a little bit. Net code. 60's in the fence. Kieran Church into the back of the 60, and then around goes the 13. Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind number 1. Tough break for Garrett Kinder. He is the only truck on pit road, however, and he's back in the race. Pit crew working mighty fast for the 13. Well, he's really going to lose his track position, and he's got to be careful. Obviously, if anything goes wrong, as we're all pitting here, except for the 18. There's a whole bunch of trucks. This puts them in an interesting window. They're going to be off sequence from the normal schedule, 20, 40, 60, end. Obviously, now it'll be something like 10, 30, 50, 70, end, which is going to shake things up a little bit. The only driver not pitting, I believe Justin Ritchie, Jacob Boehm stayed out. Everyone else down pit road. As the race off was won by Dylan Bates. Elliot Carlson came out behind him. Fuel only for all these drivers except for the 14 of Kinder. Cody Boehm in the 78, Josh Oswald in the 17, Kieran Church in the 22, Stephen Davis in the 60. All have either taken 4 tires or got their damage repaired under this caution. But right now, Justin Ritchie is your leader. Doing his thing in that Orange Speed 55, setutoring.ca on the windshield banner. or the 55. Let's have a quick run through your field. Now's as good a time as any, I would say. There's your leader, Justin Ritchie. Behind him, Jacob Boehm, in the 18, your pole sitter, led the first lap. Currently in second, Dylan Bates, the 91, finds himself in third, up a few spots from where he started in sixth. Elliot Carlson, big mover of the race to this point. He's up 5 spots to fourth position. Corey Bigley finds himself in the 5th position, down 1 from where he started. Dakota Floyd up 2 to 6th from his 8th starting position. Jonathan Cofield has passed 4 trucks tonight. He finds himself in 7th. Brett Bieber down a few spots to 8th from his 3rd place starting spot. Eric Tracy started 2nd. He is now 9th, and then go bowling 67. AJ Rogers having a good run, up 3 spots in 17. Cody Boehm finds himself in 11th after pitting. Josh Oswald is also, now he's 11th. Garrett Kinder, after getting that damage repaired, is back up to 13th. Brandon Wallace is still 14th. Mike Veith is 15th. Kieran Church 16th. Stephen Davis 17th, still repairing damage, is the 60. That's a quick look through your field as we are pacing down the backstretch. Field is in tow behind Justin Ritchie. Getting ready to go green here, working lap number 12. Going to go green on 13. We've already seen a lot of great racing side by side, 2-3 wide. It's clear the runs you get from being behind side-by-side trucks is wild. We saw a lot of cycling through this field. Ritchie is a good example. Started 9th, was running 9th for a little while, ended up working himself up to the lead. Green flag is out. Ritchie's on the pedal. Good launch for the 55 as we're side-by-side for 2nd place behind him, Boehm and Bates. Elliot Carlson in tow. I wonder if Ritchie is going to not enjoy being this far out front. Let's have a look back from the 55. See how quickly this run comes from Dylan Bates and Jacob Boehm. You can see them inching closer little by little down the backstretch. Right to the back bumper. 18 gets. That was a lot more gradual than I expected. I thought they were going to go around him on either side, split the difference on the 55. That was not the case here. Just about to have a 3-way battle for the lead. Everyone just trying to find a little space to run right now. Fresh tires for everybody but the 55 and the 18. Dylan Bates probably going to make quick work of Justin Ritchie here. It pushes him down the backstretch. Going to set him up here into turn number 3. He's going to do just that. Dive down to the bottom. Ritchie's going to get that high side run. Bates is going to clear. Yes, he does clear across the nose of the 55. Give the lead back to the 91. Elliot Carlson finds himself in 3rd. Highest running position of the race to this point. Work lap number 15. Michael top to bottom here for the 09. Not going to make it happen. He's going to follow into the corner. Your leader. Oh, he turned him! Carlson's around. Huge wreck behind him. Bigley's in it. I just see Bieber's involved. Huge incident. There's Bigley. Brett Bieber's involved. That all started off the front bumper to the 18, Jacob Boehm. There he is. That truck is absolutely mangled. Let's go back and find out what happened from the 2nd spot to cause this incident. This is the lap beforehand. We're watching the 18 and the 009. 18 has been running that bottom very aggressively here this evening. Just doing his thing, trying to make some passes. Nothing wrong with that. down here into turn number 3. He's running that middle line, kind of dives down, and then Carlson, he's drives right in the back of Carlson. Not sure what happened, turned him all the way around. Then 17 into the back of Bigley, 808's in it. Kinder and Cofield get through it, so does Cody Bame, but Jacob in tough shape. You see a couple more drivers squeeze through here. That's Wallace and Veith are able to get through without much of an issue. Let's maybe go on board with the 18 and just see. Looking at the back of that 009, and yeah, just kind of drove right through him. Or your second South to South leather wreckage rewind of the race. I think that is the caution that maybe Justin Ritchie was looking for. Himself on pit road. So does Elliot Carlson repairing damage. And Jacob Bame has already pit. Everyone's still on the lead lap so far. Stephen Davis, though, may have retired. No, he is still here. There is the 60. As we work lap 17 of 80 in the finale of this Truck Series season. Bates, your leader, followed by Tracy, Oswald, Floyd, and Rogers. That's your top 5. Most of those drivers getting through that incident without much of an issue. Only driver with damage from that, I believe, it hasn't pit, is the 17 of A.J. Rogers. Caught up a little bit into the back of, I believe it was... I'm having a hard time remembering now who he got in the back of. Oh, Bigley, 128. For the driver of the 19 on your scoring pylon, 17 on the racetrack. There is A.J. Rogers. Having a good run so far. Up 8 spots from where he started. Only Garrett Kinder, who has gained more spots throughout this race, with 9. A pretty good run. Other than the incident, 4. Garrett Kinder. With everyone still on the lead lap, it's anybody's race. We've seen drivers cycle through from front to back, from back to front. There's really no question that Michigan puts on a great show and will be an exciting finish, I am sure, in about 60 laps time. But until then, we're going to see these drivers go down the backstretch. Under the pace laps for caution number 3. Little race recap. There it is, 2 cautions, 6 lead changes so far, and we're only done 18 laps. It's pretty good. 1 lead change every 3 laps. That's what you want to see as a viewer. A lot of action here. Weather temperature, 93-degree track temp. Hot and slick in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Race truck's about to turn into pit road. Hand the field over to the flagman and Dylan Bates in the 91, who's led so many laps this season. Field bunches up into the restart zone. Bates accelerates. And we are off once again here at Michigan. Already going 3 wide. Dakota Floyd, not a great start. Got the 78 to his outside, 3 wide. We're about the 5th position. Momentum not on the side of the 78. He's going to lose that spot. But we're still all battling here down the backstretch. We're trying to freight train A.J. Rogers. As Eric Tracy goes give him a little bit of help. 2 by 2 into the corner. Bates single file out front. Everyone behind him stacked up side by side by side. A lot of blocking for this 91 down the front stretch, just trying to make something happen. You saw the dirty air play a big factor right there. As soon as the 91 went to the bottom, the 67 just lost the nose, went straight up the hill. You're going to see that all day, all night here. As Josh Oswald off the top rope out of nowhere battles for the lead. He's going to go up there and he's going to take it from Dylan Bates. New leader, 17. How about you, Josh Oswald? How about you? Now side by side for the lead again. We'll say that a lot tonight, I have a feeling. A little loose on the bottom for the 17. He's going to lose the momentum down the backstretch. Bates going to get that good run. Here comes Eric Tracy in the 67. Going to get a great run. Bame going to follow him through. Look at your field, all spread out here through 3 and 4. You can tell there's some drivers just saving their stuff. So at the back there of the field here, Corey Bigley. Oh, he got turned there. Dakota Floyd's around. Jonathan Cofield involved. We stay green. 58, no power. Dakota Floyd, heavy damage. To the 57. Caution is finally out. Have to go back and figure out what happened to Dakota Floyd and Jonathan Cofield down the front stretch. Wreckage rewind number 3 coming right at you. Here we are down the backstretch. Coming to our incident, you can see the 57 minding his P's and Q's. Cofield on the bottom. Imagine we're going to see a little too wide here. Dakota Floyd maybe just a little bit, see what happened here. I don't think he knew the 58 was there. I think that's all that was just 2 drivers going for the same spot, and Dakota did not know that Cofield was down there. Drove across his nose and ended up wrecking both trucks. So Cofield behind the wall. He will use a fast repair. And the Floyd will probably keep going. A little bit of left side damage. You can see it right there. But that is your South Leather Wreckage Rewind number 3 this evening. Back live. Cofield is a lap down. Mostly just due to having a blown engine and not being able to get back to the pits. That 58 should be able to continue on in this race using the fast repair. As we're all pitting again, every time the caution comes out, I expect drivers on pit lane for fuel, as this could very easily go green and turn into a fuel mileage race. In fact, I expect it to. Here we are down pit road. Mixed bag of strategy here. Some fuel only, some took tires, just 2, some took 4. Jacob Bames is going to beat him out of pit road. Fuel only for the 18. Let's recap all this strategy. Jacob Bame, Elliot Carlson in second, Brett Bieber in third, Stephen Davis, who is fourth. They all took fuel only on this stop. Dylan Bates, Eric Tracy, Cody Bame, Josh Oswald, Garrett Kinder, Brandon Wallace, Kieran Church, Justin Ritchie, 4 tires and fuel for all those trucks. Dakota Floyd still getting damage repaired. He probably took 4 tires. Mike Veith, Corey Bigley, AJ Rogers, Jonathan Cofield still on pit road. Not sure the extent of their pit stops. Bigley here is repairing damage from that first lap, or that second incident, I should say. And Jonathan Cofield, I believe, is retired from the event. Yes, he has. Still on pit road, but has not left his pit box. Not sure what's going on with the 58. Coming to lap number 25. Jacob Bame, the 18, is going to lead them back to green. Elliot Carlson finds himself in second. Brett Bieber, Stephen Davis, Dylan Bates, your top 5. This race and the entire season brought to you by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. Primary sponsor of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series here on V-Speed. Appreciate them. Appreciate everyone, every single driver who showed up throughout the season, every fan who's watched at home. We appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video when it comes out. I've been Morgan Cook, your broadcaster, and I spelt that wrong. Look at me go. And producer here live on V-Speed. It's been an interesting event so far. Obviously not the normal live streamed event you're used to. Apologies for that, everyone. Things went a little sideways here in the tech department at V-Speed. But nonetheless, trucks roll through 3 and 4. Bame has the field in his control. Get into the restart zone here right away. There you see it painted on the ground. A little before the restart zone, maybe, was the 18. I don't know if restart zone is turned on in this league, but regardless, we are back racing here in Michigan. Haven't had a good look from an onboard yet. Eric Tracy running 7th. Just how wild this racing really is. Look at the run he gets down the backstretch. Like he shot out of a cannon chasing down Stephen Davis in the 60. You go down to the bottom and you just hope the thing sticks. Or else they may look like bowling pins. Yes, I did mean to say that. Go bowling on the side of that 67. Side by side for the 6th position. Jacob Bame continues to lead. Familiar faces up front. Carlson, Bates, Brett Bieber for the first time tonight. Cody Bame finds himself up here as well. Been a great battle all throughout the event. We are just about 3/8 of the way into it. Top side goes the 91. No one's ever been up there here tonight. Not quite going to work out for him, I don't believe, off the corner. Cross him over, how about? Top to bottom for Dylan Bates. Into turn number 1, see if he can clear. He can clear. He does clear. The 18 slide up in front of him. Maybe. Yes, he cleared him. Good work. Dylan Bates, power move there into turn 3. Down the front stretch. It takes a full lap to pass somebody here. Can be one of the more frustrating places to race in that regard. It's all aero. Side drafting, bump drafting, just trying to figure out how to get where you need to be. He's 3 wide maybe into turn number 1. Bates gets a push. Cody Bame. Oh, big time tight there for the 18. Just about got into the quarter panel of the 78. Not going to be an issue. 78 leads down the backstretch. Cody Bame. Bates going to fight back right behind him. Look a little farther back in the field. Battle for the 15th spot. Mike V. Corey Bigley doing their thing. These are the last 2 trucks on the lead lap. AJ Rogers doing his thing. Trying to catch up to the trio. Or he's in the trio. Apologies. Of Wallace. Brett Bieber just have an issue? I just saw an issue there for the 808. That is not the case. We got battles throughout this field here. Really hard to tell where to look. There's just so much going on. You can see it from high above this racetrack. Look how far they fan out. Like, look at this. 3 wide across 5 different lanes of traffic. See Oswald. Oh, Carlson to the wall again. Oh, he caught Rogers. That is probably going to be a day ender. He has already used the fast repair for Elliot Carlson. We're going to go back and see how this one starts. But yeah, that right Right front's not supposed to point that way. Let's go back and find out what happened. Salty South Leather, wreckage rewind. We'll get a pretty good shot of this. Down the front stretch. I believe what happened, without knowing for sure, is that 67 kind of went to the top side here. And I don't know if Carlson knew he was there. Exactly what happened. Just two trucks, same spot. Didn't work. And front end's knocked off of the 009 into the door of the 17. But that's a day ender, likely for the 009. But he may not win the battle, but he will, in fact, win the war this season. 15th is good enough to claim a championship for Elliot Carlson. That is your wreckage rewind number 4, I believe. It is the 4th one of the night. Down the pit lane we go. Every driver bringing it into his box. Except for Jacob Boehm and Garrett Kinder. Those two drivers have not hit pit road under this caution. Heavy damage for the 67. Fast Repair is going to take care of that. Got two trucks occupying literally the same real estate. Get that straightened out. There is your race off pit road. Another mixed bag of strategy. Really no idea what to expect here on this restart, because we have the top two stay out. Jacob Boehm was fuel only when he pitted last time. No tires for the 18 for the last 8 laps or so. Even before that, it's been a while since he's taken tires. Has Jacob Boehm. Garrett Kinder took 4 tires 8 laps ago. He will restart second after not pitting this time. Brett Bieber, Cody Boehm. Looks like they took no tires. Eric Tracy, Kieran Church, Stephen Davis, Justin Ritchie, Dakota Floyd, Brandon Wallace, all with a fuel-only stop. Dylan Bates took 4. He finds himself in 11th currently, his worst running position of the day. Corey Bigley, looks like right sides or left sides only. He is back to 12th. Mike Veith, 4 tires. Oswald repaired damage, probably also took 4 tires. Carlson still on pit road, and he may be for a little while as that truck is wounded, to say the least. Jonathan Cofield finds himself 1 lap down in 16th. AJ Rogers on pit road. Heavy, heavy damage after coming in contact with the 009. He will find himself 17th, 2 down. Probably going to go more down based on the damage on that truck. He's having a great run, too. Was the 17. Being scored the 19 of AJ Rogers. Lap number 33 coming to 34. I believe Jacob Boehm's led the most laps. Maybe not. Only 8 for that truck. Dylan Bates likely has led 11. Interesting how a lot of laps spread across not a lot of drivers, considering how through the field this race has been. Really one of the more interesting Michigan races you'll see here. I've seen a lot of snoozers here at Michigan. This is not one of them. Field in the hands of the 18 once again. Garrett Kinder on the outside for the first time tonight. Up 14 positions is the 13 after being in accident number 1. But into the restart zone was the 18 again. Waits until the end of the zone, and he is launching. Another good restart. Top sign got a bit of the advantage. Brett Bieber, lone truck on the bottom for this top 4. Going to make it work, however. He's going to retain the second position. Push from the 78 by chance. We'll see it down the backstretch. There is the push. Thought that was going to be a bit of a 3-wide maneuver. Did not happen there. Almost 4 wide into turn number 3. Bieber's going to take the lead. Jacob Bain did not get a good corner there. He's going to try and cross him over, slice and dice him. Trucks all over this facility. Justin Ritchie's found his way back into this top group. Kieran Church, for the first time tonight, finds himself up here in the top 8 or so. Oh, big time loose for the 78. Great save. That would have been disastrous for this field. They're still 3 wide. Cannot get this thing sorted out. Look a little farther up at the front. Kinder's going to lead this lap, it looks like, unless Bain gets to his outside. Crossover off the exit of turn 4. Kinder does lead the lap, however, just by the skin of his teeth, if you will. Kieran Church finds himself in that 3rd position. Oh, big move here. Oh, we're wrecking. Huge wreck on the backstretch. Up in the air is the 55. So is the 91. We're still backing up here down the backstretch for the 808 of Bieber. Let's go back here. Rewind number 5. This is off of turn 4. We saw this one here live. Just 2 by 2. Dylan Bates searching for a hole. Trying to find where to put that 91 to get the speed, get the run. Not exactly sure where this started. I just know that the 808 was in it. Oh, Bates 3 wide. Just some contact and the 3 trucks came together. Not much a lot of these guys could do about it. Just kind of caught up. There's a lot less trucks involved than I thought there were. Obviously, Brett Bieber took a pretty big hit. 55, Justin Ritchie went all the way around. Minimal damage, though, it looks like, on the Vantage 55. That is your Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind number 5 tonight. The good news is this truck still drives like a tank. Still hard to hurt it. Bain stays out again. Interesting. That's a bold strategy. I would say is not pitted for 13 laps. Going to have to pit for fuel here in probably the next 8 to 10 laps. So not sure why you don't pit here, but I'm just up in the booth here. I'm not even the one driving the car right now. See everybody pile onto pit road. Kieran Church with a great stop. He's going to come out in front of Garrett Kinder. See the rest of the cars, trucks, trickle off of pit road. Stephen Davis, Bigley, that's Oswald, see Veith, Ritchie, got that damage repaired, it looks like. Brandon Wallace, 99. Dylan Bates. There is most of your field off pit road already. Pacing once again. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We'll be back right after this. Been watching Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM. Back right after this quick commercial break.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
No, gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Slack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Back here live on V-Speed, high above the virtual Michigan International Raceway. Field rolling through turns 3 and 4 here, just coming to halfway. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Here on V-Speed, the finale, race number 12, champion crowned. And in 40 laps, we will talk to the top 3, as well as your champion and league admin, Brandon Wallace, set it up for next year. We are going green here. One more time at Michigan. Lap number 40 is where we are right now out of 80. Kieran Church takes the lead for the first time tonight. Down into turn number 1. Slide up out of the corner here. Going to get that push from the 18. Maybe 3 wide potentially. Bame will end up pushing the 22. Gets to his quarter. That's going to hurt both these trucks as Kinder searching on the bottom. Crossover. Big slide for the 18. Down the front stretch. Kieran Church is going to lead this lap. He sure will with help from Cody Bame. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. Great battle for the lead all night. There is Dakota Floyd. Jonathan Cofield has found his way back onto the lead lap in the 58. A little bit of a connection issue there, however. He is doing his thing. Brett Bieber, after that incident, still fighting his way back through the field. So is Dylan Bates. Being off on pit strategy just a little bit, up at the front. The 18, who's been really the only truck to stay up at the front all night. Oh, Kieran Church, huge save. Wow, that thing was pointed to the inside wall. And this is the first time we have seen a separation between the top 2. Let's see how quickly it lasts. Not long if you're side by side. All momentum gone at this point. These guys are going to get absolutely freight trained. Little door banging. Side drafting down the backstretch. It's half a second. The 2 leaders back to 3rd as we continue to drag race around this 2-mile racetrack. Call it 4/10. It'd be 3.5 here right away. We're still side by side for the lead. Single filed out for now. Justin Ritchie, look at this line. Use all the racetrack. You paid for it. Might get a spot out of that. Mike Veith a little bit loose off of turn number 2, it looked like. Have a ride on board with the number 9. Mike Veith, there he is. Little throwback scheme this week. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, and the pack is back together. This is the difficulty of Michigan. If you're the 9, where do you go? You go to the top, you go to the bottom, you try and squeeze it to the middle. Looks like middle is the spot to be right now. Here I'm just kind of playing with the throttle, working the steering wheel. Oh, I had to lift for Tracy a little bit. That's going to hurt the momentum of the 9. That is back for the 11th position. Doing their thing. Still battle for the lead. Couple Bames going at it. Cody on the bottom, Jacob on the top. Garrett Kinder wants a part of it. Dylan Bates is back up here. Bigley finds its way to the front for the first time tonight. 45 laps in. 35 to go here at Michigan. At least one more pit stop. Possibly 2. Especially if you're the 18 who did not pit that last time by. He's going to have to pit here in the next lap or 2. Not sure the thinking behind staying out. Oh, big loose for Bigley. Huge save. Oh, my goodness. How did he not crash that truck? He's going to lose all the momentum, but goodness gracious, that is one of the best saves I've ever seen. You saw the smoke rolling off the rear tires. Somehow found a way to keep it pointed in the right direction. He falls only back to 13th position. Oh, we're wrecking. Something happened here. Big time. Oh, bad rejoin. Justin Ritchie's in the wall. We're going to have to go back and see what happened there. Ritchie, Kieran Church, how is the caution not out? Yeah, Justin Ritchie's truck is destroyed up against the outside wall. Already used the fast repair. His day will be over. Jacob Boehm involved as well. That truck is destroyed. Cody Boehm leads. Bookmark that. Lap 46. Come back to that in just a bit, so we can figure out what caused that carnage. Now that we're single filed up, maybe a good time to go back and look at it. A quick replay. See down the backstretch here. Everything kind of went wild. Oh, 18 up in the wall. Checked everybody up. 4 wide, 5 wide for a second. 91 just did not know Ritchie was there. Caught Kieran Church and a few others. Tough break for those drivers. Technically a wreckage rewind. They're getting their money's worth today. Boehm and Bates are your 2 leaders. That took out a lot of decent trucks. Jacob Boehm led a ton of laps here tonight. He will finish 15th. Justin Ritchie led a few laps. He will finish in 16th. Both drivers had already used their fast repair. Elliot Carlson in that wounded 009. He continues to run. He is 14th position. There he is. Ahead of him, Kieran Church caught up in that accident. He is 13th. Jonathan Cofield in the 58 working on the 57 of Dakota Floyd. That's 11th and 12th. Stephen Davis is 10th. Ori Bigley, up and down day for him. Yo-Yo Master in the 128. Brett Bieber was backwards a few laps ago. He is 8th in the 808. Mike V, solid, steady day, up 10 spots, 2-7. Brandon Wallace, same for him. Solid, steady day. Haven't talked about him very much. He is in 6th. Eric Tracy had a couple incidents so far in this race. He finds himself in the 5th spot. Garrett Kinder is in 4th. Josh Oswald's 3rd. Dylan Bates up to 2nd. Cody Boehm is your leader. That is a quick through the field here on V-Speed. Everyone's single filed out. I think they've had enough. Had enough incidents here for a little while. Let's just see if we can put some laps together. Look off the back bumper of Cody Boehm. Looks back at this field. Stephen Davis on pit road. Strategy decision, I'd have to believe, for the 60. Might be getting into fuel mileage territory. Oh, big time loose there for Oswald. Not sure what's going on. This might just be the new package rearing its head right now. Let's have a quick ride on board with Brandon Wallace. There he is with a frozen camera. So maybe let's not have him on the camera there. Some sort of issue there with his camera, unfortunately. He's currently running in the 4th position. His highest running position of the night, undoubtedly. So loose for Oswald. I want to see what that steering wheel looks like throughout the corner. You can see it bottom left of your screen. That orange piece of tape is center. He is turned back to the right. That's how loose this truck is right now. Look at that. He is wheeling this thing right now and losing a lot of time doing it. Side by side here with Eric Tracy. Just watch this thing snap right there. Still dog tracking it. Few great saves there. On board with the 17 of Oswald. Good work for him trying to keep that thing righted. Less than 30 laps to go. Battle for the lead. Boehm and Bates, a couple drivers who have fought all season long. Trying to work together here. Get a little bit of momentum going. Top four are broken away. The calmest the race has been to this point. Slide up the racetrack. Still single file down the backstretch. I believe it is time for our first award of the night. And that is going to go to the Hard Luck Award. That will be, who is no longer on the racetrack, Jacob Boehm. He's going to get that award. Of course, he's not on the racetrack. I can't actually find him to show him the award. But Jacob Boehm will be our Rice Farms Hard Luck Award winner. Led a lot of this race, finds himself behind the wall, 15th position, number of laps down. After undoubtedly his best run of the season. Tough for him. Biggest mover to this point in the race, none other than Garrett Kinder. In the 13. Second biggest mover right behind him, Brandon Wallace, up 11. Couple great runs for those drivers. And at this point in the race, they would be the hard charger of, that is the wrong button, hard charger of the race award winners. Right there, both in your screen. 99 and 13. Both doing a great job avoiding the carnage, working through traffic, and gaining one more spot for Garrett Kinder up to the second position. We are side by side here for the lead. Garrett Kinder wants it back from Cody Boehm. Is he going to get it is the question. Oh, big loose on the bottom for Boehm. Easily going to give it to Kinder. Boehm slides back to third, fourth, maybe fifth here. Behind Tracy. Tracy is going to go too wide. Make that pass. Momentum is key at Michigan. And he just lost all of it in the 78. Three-way battle for the lead now. As Tracy's getting the push of his life from Cody Boehm. They try and catch back up to this pack up here. This is where the tires start to make a difference. We should be seeing pit stops here in another 2 to 3 laps, if even less than that. Kinder, Wallace, Bates are your top three. Roll on the top side here. Don't have to put near the wheel in it. A lot easier to make it out of the corner. As we saw the issues with the 17, he's all the way back to 6th spot, still hanging on. That's Oswald. We were right on board with him earlier, sideways off of turn 2. For a few laps in a row. I think he's got it righted quite a bit, but Kinder, still your leader. Bates still running the bottom. He is in second, going to fall back to third now. Will the 91. We need to make 2 more laps, and they can make it to the end on fuel. Ish. Pitting right now. Eric Tracy's on pit road. So is the 78, 17, 808. How about the 9? They're all coming down pit road. Top 4 stay out. This is all going to be about efficiency. Getting into pit road, to your box, out of pit road, and back on the racetrack. Losing the least amount of time possible. That is going to determine who is going to lead this race in about 2 laps' time. Stephen Davis going to throw a wrench into this just a little bit. He is a lap down in the 60. Just got his lap back. Apologies for that. Looks like Kinder's coming down pit road. Wallace and Bates are going to follow suit. Oh, big aggressive move for Wallace. Might have been a speeding penalty. We'll see here. Bigley also on pit road. First driver off pit road, I believe, was Eric Tracy. Maybe Stephen Davis now finds himself in the 5th spot, although he is off cycle by about 10 laps. Eric Tracy, first driver, and he is all by himself. Not sure what happened behind him. Dakota Floyd is 2.5 back. Dakota Floyd also a little off sequence. There are the leaders coming off pit road right now. We might be able to see a change for the lead here. Eric Tracy going to get past Bates, who's got some pretty heavy damage. Might catch up to Kinder, but the new leader is going to be Stephen Davis in the 60, at least for the time being. What happened to Brandon Wallace? Pit road speeding penalty, I'd have to guess. Nearly a minute-long pit stop for the 99. Might just be the end of his fight for this race win. As we are slowly running out of competitors due to accidents or penalties. Three-way battle for the lead right here. Davis in the 60. Tracy in the 67. Kinder in the 13. Bates in the 91. Those are your top 4 in the screen. Big gaggle back here. Dakota Floyd, Josh Oswald trying to make it work here. Brett Bieber a little farther back from them. As Veith and Brandon Wallace are both a lap down. They are the only 2 drivers 1 lap down fighting for that lucky dog. Carlson 2 down in that very wounded 009 machine. Cofield, Jacob Boehm, Justin Ritchie, AJ Rogers off the racing surface with damaged machines. So this is the battle for the 6th position. Dakota Floyd right behind Oswald. Battle for 5th, how about? Up at the front a little further. Tires do matter for Stephen Davis. He's falling back little by little. Came out as the leader. He will be in 4th. On 10-lap older tires than the rest of this top 5. Eric Tracy leads. Peaking at the right time, perhaps, is this 67. Trying to build some momentum for next year. Garrett Kinder follows behind him closely. Definitely Kinder's best run of the season. Great work for the 13. Dylan Bates had a up and down night. You can see the right side of that truck is just mangled. Finds himself in 3rd. Dylan Bates-like night, just up at the front doing his thing. Having a pretty solid run. Stephen Davis. And yet another paint scheme for the 60. I believe he's had the most paint schemes this year. A lot of throwbacks for Stephen Davis. Doing a great job here in the 4th position. Josh Oswald back to 5th. Oh, contact down the back. Dakota Floyd. Brandon Wallace. Wallace loose off of 2 into the door of the 57. I believe that's a no harm, no foul sort of situation there, as we're going to keep it pointed in the right direction. Brett Bieber, 808, all by his lonesome in the 7th position. Corey Bigley behind him is in 8th. Cody Boehm is in 9th. Not sure what happened to the 78 to make him fall this far back. Kieran Church with damage is in 10th. Last car on the lead lap. Brandon Wallace, Mike Veith. 1 lap down apiece. Elliot Carlson still 2 down in 13th position. About to be 3 down is Elliot Carlson. You can see no rear bumper. That is not going to help the drive of the 009, as we're about to be 3 wide potentially. Not quite. As they work around. Oh, that was close. Not a lot of room given by Garrett Kinder to the front of Elliot Carlson. 2-car battle. Then 2 seconds back to Bates, who is in another battle with Josh Oswald. And that's 17. If he can keep the tires on it, he has been very fast tonight. It looks like every driver needs to make 1 more stop. 1 more trip to the pit lane. Make it to the end on fuel. Good battles throughout here. But let's talk about Best Appearing Paint Award. Stephen Davis would be my pick. He is going down to pit road right now. There is the 60. I like the way that scheme looks. Therefore, Stephen Davis is going to win the Vies 3D Printing Best Appearing Paint Award. Clearly the most coveted trophy that you could possibly receive when it comes to iRacing. Congratulations, Stephen Davis. Let's get back to the racing action here. Eric Tracy continues to lead. This is lap number 12 he has led tonight. Garrett Kinder not letting him out of sight. Just over 10 laps to go. How about? I still don't know if these drivers can make it to the end. Dakota Floyd certainly cannot. Kieran Church has to pit here in the next lap or two. I guess this would be a good test to see how far we can go on fuel. Kieran's been out for 20 laps, and we haven't had a caution in that time period. Doing a pretty good job, has this 22 after getting quite a bit of damage earlier in one of those incidents. He is currently in the 9th position. Pit road this time, I would say yes for the 22. Which leads me to believe we might just be one short for Eric Tracy, Josh Oswald, Brett Bieber, Cody Boehm. Maybe right on the money for Garrett Kinder. I think that's the driver you need to watch right there. That 13, 1 lap better on fuel than Tracy is. Although if you lead, punch the air for yourself, that might not work in your favor. So we have 10 laps to go right now. Oh, big loose. Caught the seam in just the wrong spot. You will keep it pointed in the right direction, however. Will Garrett Kinder. Battle back here for third. Bates and Oswald. Oswald getting some help from the 99. Oh, a little too much help from the 99. Everyone keeps it pointed in the right direction. I'm sure there won't be any Christmas cards given after that one. Wallace going to lose a spot to Veith. That is for the 9th spot. Mike Veith now the first driver, 1 down. Pretty hot battle. Those two red trucks fighting for the lucky dog. Cody Boehm, last driver on the lead lap in the 78. He is 7th behind a very loose Kieran Church. Bigley's doing his thing. This has turned into a fuel strategy kind of race. Other drivers, I think, expected it to be this way. But this newly updated Chevy Silverado, Ford F-150, and Toyota Tundra have put on a show here tonight. Very loose, unpredictable, snappy, almost, as we got drivers trying to mirror each other, run on the top side, run on the bottom side. Don't know where to go. Drag race down the back. Give it to Kinder. Into turn 3. Tracy going to fight back on the high side. You can see from the blimp camera. The bottom, you get through the center of the corner a lot faster, but you lose it all on the exit. That's just how close it is. Here into turn number 1. Tracy goes down to the bottom. Going to easily clear, maybe not easily. Big loose for the 67. Kinder's going to rock it back to the top side and go take the lead back. 6 to go. The question now is, can they make it on fuel? I think that's the big question. And if they can't make it on fuel, who can? Is a bigger question. Dakota Floyd has called it quits. Not sure what happened to the 57. He is 5 down. In 13th is where he will finish. Still 1-2. Kinder, Tracy. Bates in this gaggle of trucks back here. Including the 99 of Wallace. Oh, big slide for Oswald again. He's, going to pit road maybe. Might have to. I think he just torched the right rear. Josh Oswald from 5th going to hit pit road. Brett Bieber going to take that 5th position from him. 5 laps to go. This is the biggest the gap has been, first to second, in about the last 20 laps. Garrett Kinder's led 8 of them. Eric Tracy's led 16 of them. Oswald still on pit road. They battle up 4 seconds ahead of Dylan Bates, who is all by his lonesome. Corey Bigley chasing him down. Not quite going to get there. At least not this lap. Brett Bieber quite a bit farther back. He is 10 seconds behind our leaders. Fighting with Cody Boehm. Last drivers on the lead lap in 6th position. But Tracy and Kinder keeping it interesting still up at the front. This could go either way. I'm still not convinced these drivers can make it on fuel. Kinder's in a better boat than Tracy is, but Tracy does have the draft. This very well could be a last driver, or the driver to be behind in turn 4 might just be able to get the draft around and go win this race. But Garrett Kinder's up 15 positions from the start. Started 16th. Not quite last, but the next thing to it. Eric Tracy started 2nd. 2 polar opposites for these drivers. Polar opposite days for these drivers. As Kinder was involved in the first accident of the night, way back on lap 4, I think it was. Tracy involved in a few throughout the day. I don't think there's a clean truck out here, at least one that hasn't been involved in any kind of incident. Maybe Brandon Wallace. The only driver I can think of not involved in a crash today. Mike Veith, maybe another one. All the way on the outside wall. A little wall contact maybe for the 67. 2 laps to go here at Michigan. .3 is the gap. Call it a quarter second right now. Stephen Davis might make it interesting. Give a little bit of help to that 67. Down to the white flag here at Michigan. Last lap of the original Rebels Racing League season. Of course, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. In the tire tracks, Eric Tracy. Through turns 3 and 4. Tracy goes high. Kinder goes low. Big run coming for the 67. But it looks like Garrett Kinder is going to win at Michigan. And Elliot Carlson, conveniently in the frame, is your season champion. Congratulations to him as well. We are going to talk to your top 3 as well as Elliot Carlson right after this. Going to watch Garrett Kinder burn it down a little bit. He earned this race win. Led 13 laps back to the front. We said it all during the broadcast. Good work. Best finish of the season for Garrett. Undoubtedly as he wins this race. And we will be back fairly soon for the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show here on V-Speed. There's a look at your winner, Garrett Kinder. Oh, big accident. Oh, my goodness. Over he goes. That will leave a mark. Congratulations to Garrett Kinder. We'll talk to him right after this. You have been watching the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM. here on V-Speed. We'll be back right after this with interviews with your top three, your champion, and Brandon Wallace, league admin of this series. Talk to you in a bit.
Oh, big wiggle. And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
No, gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes
Swag.
Zwack.
A punch from the 33. Two
It's a
in
drag
row.
race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Welcome back to the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Just wrapped up 80 laps here at Michigan. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. This is how it ended. The season finale. Garrett Kinder is going to win the race, leading 13 laps or so back to the front for him. Eric Tracy right where he started. He will finish in second. Big gap back to Dylan Bates in the 91. Corey Bigley in fourth. Cody Bame finishes fifth tonight. Brett Bieber rebounds to sixth after a lot of incidents for that driver tonight. Stephen Davis going to finish seventh. Brandon Wallace eighth. Mike Veet in ninth. Those two drivers clean all day. Only two drivers not caught up in an incident by my count. Kieran Church finishes in the 10th position. 11th, Elliot Carlson, your season champion. We'll talk to him in just a little bit. Josh Oswald is 12th. Dakota Floyd retired early. So did Cofield, Mame, Ritchie, and Rogers. Round out your 17-truck field tonight. It was a thriller. 5 cautions, 23 lead changes. Never knew what was going to happen. Choppy at the start, green flag to the end. Few green flag pit cycles we went through as well. Just an enjoyable race to watch. And I'm sure it was an enjoyable race to drive in for a lot of these drivers. We're going to talk to our top 3 here in just a second. Starting off with our 3rd place driver. That would be Dylan Bates. Let's get down trackside and find him. Let's get him up here in the booth. Dylan Bates, Morgan Cook in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha, man.
Well, you might be a fan of the yo-yo. I would say you were up and down all day, back to the front, led 11 laps. Just talk to me a little bit about what the updates that happened this past week on Tuesday, what it did to the race and the truck tonight.
I honestly thought the truck was a lot better. From what we've been driving, it was kind of fun. Seemed like I don't even know what they changed, to be honest with you, but it just seemed like the whole truck just was more nimble, more responsive, and you wouldn't slide loose out of nowhere. And I don't know, just felt better to me. So I think it made the race play out a little better. Kept us all close, that's for sure, which caused a lot of wrecks. And fortunately, I was part of 2 of them, which kind of ended up hurting me in the end. But it was all right.
Yeah, big scrape down the right side of that 91 here tonight. Yeah, I'm just watching the shot right now. We got trucks sideways all over this racetrack. Close racing was definitely the name of the game here tonight. Y'all pack raced for vast majority of the first 60 laps of this race, I would say. Then something happened, a bit of an incident on the backstretch that there was no caution for. caused caused the field to spread out a little bit. Then pit stops happened and all that. But how tight was it on fuel? Just based on where this race started, the percentage of fuel in the tank. What what was your thought process of pitting when you did?
Well, actually, if you go back and watch the last yellow flag stop we made, I actually came back down pit road on the 1 to green lap and topped off. So I could stretch that second to last stint a lap longer than everybody else did, and me and Kinder were able to go a lap longer than everybody. And fortunately, that made it to where we didn't have any fuel issues. But I know Eric was having some fuel issues if he was going to make it or not. But yeah, me and Kinder pitted a lap later. Were able to stretch the fuel run, and it worked out. I just lost touch with Kinder when I slid through my pit box on the last green flag pit stop. So kind of took my race away from me there.
It happens, right? It happens to the best of us. I've definitely slid through the pit box a time or two in my driving career. But nonetheless, a pretty good showing for you tonight. You led a lot of laps, 11 of them. I think that's second most of this race, but you fought through a lot of adversity, those incidents you had mentioned. What did you need differently besides sliding through the box to go up there and maybe challenge for that win? Did you think you had the strategy figured out?
Yeah, I think that was really all I needed was just not slide through my pit box. I didn't have any draft help when I left pit road in the last green flag round until Josh Oswald got there with me, and then we ended up hitting the wall together trying to gain speed. So, yeah, I think all I needed was to leave pit road with Kinder, and I'd have been fine. But uh, didn't work out that way.
Right on. Well, a solid season for you. You came in a little bit midway through. Could have had a challenge for Elliot Carlson, our champion, if you maybe ran the whole season, but that's a next year concern. Thank you for running the races that you did. Who do you want to thank or shout out for your season, your race, and this league in general?
Yeah, man, just all the guys at VMS Motorsports, TB Enterprise on the hood of that thing. It's my cousin's company. Go check them out. Website for fishing gear and outdoor gear and stuff like that. Yeah, and just thanks for Tyler Rice and Cody Bame, Brandon Wallace, all the guys who put this O.R.R.L league on. And yeah, we'll be back next season, try to run all of them.
Right on. Well, we look forward to seeing that. This is your third place finisher at Michigan for the season finale, Dylan Bates. Congratulations.
Thanks.
We are going to move on to our second place finisher. That is the one, the only Eric Tracy. You got a copy.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Second place, where you started, where you finished, led 16 laps tonight. What did you need to do a little different to go out there and win the race?
I mean, the main thing was I bobbled once, let Kinder get by me. If I hadn't done that, probably been okay. But one of those points in that run right before the last caution, I got into the wall a little bit and had some damage, so that probably wasn't helping me either.
How'd the truck drive tonight with the changes that we all are aware of that happened on Tuesday to the aero package? How did it affect the trucks here tonight?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't run the trucks that much, so to me, honestly, they didn't really feel that much different.
That may be good for all those iRacing drivers concerned who haven't driven the truck yet, like myself, that this thing's going to be awful to drive when I hop in, but that's good information to have. Obviously, a lot of incidents in this race. You were involved in a couple of them. What was it like racing out there? Was it always just a hornet's nest? Did it look as crazy as it was on the broadcast?
Yeah, I mean, up until that last run, whenever Kinder and I were kind of able to get a gap, but up until that point, yeah, it was pretty much a hornet's nest. That pretty much described it pretty well.
Yeah, lot of two, three wide, multiple rows back. It was almost like a mini Daytona Talladega out there tonight, and you obviously conquered it pretty well. Finished second tonight. Was able to cut through a lot of the noise and make your way up to the front. So, who do you want to shout out, thank for a great season for you? You came in a little bit later, just like our third place finisher Dylan Bates. Um, the season, the race, kind of who do you want to shout out for this?
Mainly just the velocity guys I run with. It's a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun racing with Kinder there. He ran me clean. That was good. And then Cody and Bubba and Tyler for putting this on.
Right on. Well, they all done a great job. This has been a really fun league to be a part of the broadcast, and I appreciate all of their efforts. But that is second place tonight, Eric Tracy. Hope to see you back next year for a full season.
Yep, we'll see how it works out, but I appreciate it.
Right on. That is second place. We will talk to Eric Tracy later, I am sure. All right, now we're going to move up to the top step of the podium here tonight. Garrett Kinder. Garrett Kinder, Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
What's up, Morgan?
Well, I would say you are top step of the podium. Got a big win
Feeling
here
pretty good about it,
tonight.
yeah.
Say that again?
Feeling pretty good about it, yeah.
I would hope so. You went out there and you took that win, both with strategy and with speed. So that was an impressive one. 16th to first, 13 laps led. Talk to me about your day, start to finish.
It was a little messy up front. Ended up, I think I got tangled up with Davis, I think, in the 60 truck pretty early on. Might have been the first caution of the race, and then cautions kind of kept falling after that, which uh, ended up being a good thing for me because I misclicked on my iRacing pit box. Ended up taking two of my three sets of tires by lap 20, so had to run pretty long on the last two sets just to kind of make everything even out where I'd at least have some decent run speed. And it turns out I was actually pretty quick, even on older tires. So it worked out good. It was fun. Run the high line was always a blast. Love Michigan. It can get a little loose, get a little twitchy, but it's fun.
Speaking of loose and twitchy, obviously, I asked everyone else the same question, but we have the updates happen to this truck earlier in the week. Did that impact how this thing drove at all here at Michigan today?
It may have taken away some of the aero wash when you're right behind somebody. But I mean, it was noticeable, but wasn't enough. It's still noticeable that it's there. So a little bit of aero wash maybe went away. Still got really loose if somebody was right behind you when you throttled up on corner exit. So there's still definitely some air at play. I think it probably helped right front tire wear a little bit because you were able to let the truck rotate and sit back versus just plowing the right front when you're right behind somebody. So yeah, I think it changed a little bit and apparently for the better. I enjoyed it.
Obviously, I would say so. Being the race winner, he didn't Kyle Busch this interview, and he won in the COT that first race of that car back in '07. So thank you for that. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, pretty exciting race. I feel like. How was it from your seat, kind of working through the field with all that 2 and 3 wide action throughout the middle of the pack?
It was a lot of fun. There were some guys that were kind of bouncing around a little bit and maybe having some hard time on corner exit. So uh, I caused a huge checkup. Or I didn't cause it, but it was a part of a huge checkup off of two where almost had to come to a complete stop up behind. I think it was Jacob. He got tied off of two, and half the field blew by me. So uh, it was fun just trying to navigate around everybody. Like I said before, it was loose if somebody was right behind you, but other than that, it was a lot of fun. You could really do the late apex high arc in and try and make it big on the bottom. Late run pass on the bottom was pretty much a suicide mission. So try to get your passes done early and then wait for somebody to make a mistake up high, get a little loose, and try and jet around them when you can.
Yeah, it looked like a blast out there. And last question for you. Good season for you. Who do you want to thank, shout out for the race, the season, and everything going forward here, the original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series?
Yeah, I've been with Rebels since pretty much day one of this entire league. So a part of everybody that's made this thing click off. From Matt Geis, all the overall league admins, Matt Geis, Griff, Matt Clayman, now Brandon. If there's anybody from getting them, I won't feel bad, but all those guys. I think it's Tyler and Cody that are running the truck series now. So big shout out to those guys. A lot of fun racing around these guys. I just have fun with it all the time. It's I didn't get to race very much in this series this season. Um, Plan on doing it a bit more next season whenever that fires off. But yeah, everybody that makes this thing click over here, all of our series sponsors, league sponsors throughout the whole thing, y'all up at V Speed for doing these broadcasts. I enjoy go back and watching them. So it's a good time. Big shout out to Brandon, Tyler, Cody, all the series admins, Alex. I can't remember who all the admins anymore. It's been so long since I've been over here, but it's a lot of fun. So, man, I just thank everybody that keeps the lights on over here.
Right on. Well, congratulations on the win here in the season finale at Michigan. You showed them that you definitely know how to drive the high banks here in the Irish Hills. Congratulations, Garrett, and we will see you
Appreciate
next
you, sir.
season.
Alrighty.
That is your winner, Mr. Garrett Kinder. Now we're going to talk to our champion. Let's get him up in the booth. Elliot Carlson. Got a copy.
I got you, Morgan. You got me?
I sure do. Well, maybe not the race you were looking for, but I think it was the season you were looking for. You are the champion this year by virtue of starting this race. Not enough drivers to knock you out of that top spot, probably thankfully, based on your night tonight. Why don't you just tell me how you're feeling? What's going through your mind right now, and a little bit about this race later on.
I'm glad I won, right? Put a lot of points in the bank right off, you know, first half of the season, which helped. But last two races, really just kind of more disappointed right now, honestly. um, Especially for how this race played out. I don't know. I felt pretty fast and like I'd just be able to hang out towards the top five. And I just more or less wanted to kind of single file out with everyone that was fast and just try to pull away from everyone else. But everybody wanted to keep racing, kind of recreating the way the NASCAR race went today at Sonoma. First half of that race was chaotic, and then after that, it just went green.
Yeah, that was definitely how it was here tonight. A lot of 2-3 wide racing. You were involved in a bit of it there, and yeah, that 009 was fast. You worked your way up to the top five. I don't know if you did not lead a lap from what I can see on the counter, but you did a pretty good job up there working through the field, starting in ninth, and just caught up in an incident that you couldn't get away from, and then another one with a faster pair, and obviously you were down on power, 3 laps down, finished in 11th, but the season as a whole, I mean, you said you banked points at the beginning. Was there a turning point in the season that you felt was, oh, okay, I have this championship. I just need to go out there and execute, or were you kind of always on pins and needles up to the last couple weeks?
Probably the first time Cody missed a race, honestly. He was probably going to be my biggest challenge, and then I know he missed a race, I think for work or something. And then I don't know. From that point on, I just was like, oh, don't do anything stupid. Just finish, have top tens, and uh, did all right except for the last two races. Rockingham and here at Michigan didn't go how I wanted it to, but that's probably the point is when Cody missed his first race.
So you'd say that Cody was your biggest competition then, I guess, by the look at the point standings and how closely you two raced all season?
Yeah, if you go back and look at, I don't know if it was about halfway through the season or maybe 2/3, he was the closest one to me, and then it was Corey, and then it was Brett, and he missed a race, and then I think he missed a second one also, so that really hurt him. But yeah, I'd say about halfway through the season, Cody and I were. Cody was my closest competition for sure.
Right on. Well, what do we have to look forward to with this 009 Elliot Carlson in the future? You running here next year? You plan on going to other leagues, other places? What's in store for you now that you call yourself a champion?
Probably do the league again. I like it. Probably get online and maybe start doing a little more official. Honestly, before I started this league, I really didn't do much races since November of 2023. I did a full season of Sarah, which was they ran the Pro 8 models, and I on the Contender Series there, and it I got tired of getting wrecked on restarts towards the end, so I just kind of needed a break from iRacing. So this week, this series here was a good way to get me kind of hungry and wanting to get back and doing iRacing more often. So I'll probably do it again, and then I'll probably, if they do a Dirt Invaders series again here, I'll probably do that. I didn't run the last season, but 2 seasons ago I won that championship as well.
Right on. Well, it's been great watching you this season, Elliot. It's been a really successful season for you, and uh, just glad to see you out here on the racetrack. Excuse me. So, congratulations on your championship here in, I believe, season 8 of this league. And we will see you next time out, beginning of next season. Congratulations, Elliot.
Thanks, Morgan. I appreciate it. Also got to get in here. I'd like to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch, No Neck Fast Repair, Salty South Weather, Flexible Freight Solutions, and then also, my fiance that's always being productive in the background while I'm on here doing my training on iRacing. And I also like to thank all my VMS guys that I race with.
I didn't even have to say it. You've been up here so much, you know the drill. Congratulations, Elliot, on the championship. Thank you for the sponsor plugs and all that. Great work this season, and I'm sure we will see you up front next season.
Sounds good. Thanks, Morgan. Have a good one.
You bet. See ya. That is your season champion, Elliot Carlson. Now we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk to series admin, Brandon Wallace. Brandon Wallace, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
All right. Well, you have been my main point of contact throughout this entire season here. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. It's still a mouthful. It's been fun. I'm glad to be here. What do you and the rest of the admin team have in store for the future of this league?
We've got a summer series coming up, our Super Speedway Kings. Then in the fall, probably sometime in August, we're going to start season 9 of Rebels Trucks.
Looking forward to that, and I won't say who's going to be on the call for that or not. That's obviously a decision for your team, but it's been a pleasure having you on the V-Speed Racing Network, V-Speed YouTube channel, all of that fun stuff. How do you recap this season? How do you rate this season from start to finish, all the way back from Daytona, and I believe a 3-wide finish with second place finishing backwards across the line, to now here at Michigan 12 weeks later?
You know, this has been a great Rebel season. Typical, we've had great fields, you know, in the average of 28s or something. You know, we started off with 30-something trucks, and even this race, the last race, it was good. Probably we've had less drama than, you know, intentional wrecking and stuff. I mean, we're still a fun beer league. You know, this is not for money. This is just for kicks and giggles and a trophy at the end of the season. And we've got great people that help put it on, and obviously great with V Speed and all the producers and everybody. And it makes it nice. It's something to do fun on a Sunday night. That's, you know, try to get rid of some of the stress.
And I think that it did. A lot of fun racing here this season, and I'm glad to be part of it, like I said before. And thank you very much, Brandon, for bringing V-Speed into the mix. It's been a lot of fun this year. And any parting words before we wrap up this season here on V-Speed?
No, again, obviously, big thanks to V Speed for doing this. Thanks to you, Morgan, for being the point of contact. You know, uh, it started off rough, I mean, you know, with our craziness and last minute stuff, and it turned into a total pleasure, and it's been great having V Speed. And you know, we hope next season you guys are doing this again. Everybody's free, and the schedule works that way. And of course, all of our main sponsors here at Rebels and all the admin teams that put it on. And of course, want to thank all the drivers. It wouldn't happen without everybody showing up week to week. So I want to give them a big shout out.
Right on. Well, thank you for that, Brandon. And I will put you back down in the waiting room, and we will wrap this season up. So thank you. Congratulations on your season as a driver. I think 4th in points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Well done to you as well.
All right. Thank you, Morgan.
All right. Well, with all that being said, we are going to wrap this show up. Wrap this season up. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. A look at your schedule. Race 12 at Michigan has just concluded. We hope to see you next season. It will be announced here over the summer months. Hopefully V-Speed will be back with the call. But if you've liked what you've seen so far tonight, I've been Morgan Cook. We are on V-Speed. Please like and subscribe to the channel. You'll never miss a moment of the racing action. All these different independent leagues doing their best, bringing out their best drivers, and putting on terrific shows. We've seen it all season long, and we will continue to see it in the future. We appreciate every single person who makes this possible, every driver who's been on this season, been in this league so far, all the admins of the original Rebels Racing League. Gotta thank the V-Speed people in the background, Bradley Cooper, Eddie Smith, Adam Baker, all the other producers and commentators. It has been a blast so far this first 6 months I've been here, and I hope that it'll even get better in the future. But thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time here on V-Speed.